Do you want to quit working, come home, and be a stay-at-home mom, a stay-at-home wife? Do you want to do that?
I'm an accountant and a college professor, and I'm also a full-time doctoral student. I just enjoy my job. I don't want to quit.
You ain't gotta work a day in your life. You ready to make my sandwich? What's up, everybody? Welcome to the BlackBarry Podcast, the very first episode of the BlackBarry Podcast. This podcast is about how we run our marriage, how we run our household, and how we parent. We get into the real nitty-gritty of how we do things. We've been married now for a year and a half. We've been together for 10 years. So I know this woman, and
I think I know you pretty well.
You think so? I think she might know me. She might know me a little bit. She knows how I like my sandwiches.
So this is episode 1, career-driven woman to stay-at-home mom.
I personally want you to come home. I want you to be a stay-at-home mom. What do you want to do? Do you want to come home and?
This is a tough one. I think I really have to think about it.
So, okay. So now that we can finally have the open dialogue, because baby, I don't know if you saw on TikTok.
I did watch the video.
Well, there's 2 videos I made. I made one and then I made a follow-up. So I made 2 videos that went viral. I was like, oh, we're doing crazy good numbers. But it went viral in a bad way, apparently, because people don't like what I said. Now, to me, let me repeat verbatim what I said. I said, I am trying to convince my wife to be a stay-at-home wife / stay-at-home mom. Because I want her to come home. I want her to come and cook my meals, help me make more money for the family. I did say your money is detrimental to me making more money. How does that make you feel?
I mean, everyone who watched the video doesn't know the whole story. So I do agree with you on the amount of money that I make doesn't compare to what you bring in. So it's kind of affecting us in a way where I know we could be making more money if I had more time being here at home. The reason, for me, what I make in my career, I really don't, I don't need it, and I guess it doesn't bother me. I mean, I do make more than your average person because I do have a lot of qualifications, but for me, it's more I enjoy my job.
You said you have a lot of qualifications. Just I ain't gonna lie, brag, baby. Talk your talk. Brag about what you've done. You know me, I'm always proud of you. Brag, let them know what you've accomplished. Go ahead. Stop right there. You're not saying it proud enough. I need you to brag about this. All right, you've been working. Brag about it. Come on now.
I've been working for a really long time. I think I spent my whole 20s just grinding for my career.
What do you do?
So I'm an accountant and a college professor.
Oh.
And I'm also a full-time doctoral student. So I'm getting my doctor's degree as well.
In what?
In business.
Okay, so what do you teach though? You say you're a college professor. What do you teach?
I teach accounting, finance, and any business management class really. I kind of have the whole scope of business there.
So do you teach associates, bachelors, what do you teach?
I teach students who want to get their bachelor's degree in business and students who are looking to get their MBA.
Can you go further? Is there, so, you know how you say you teach bachelors, will you ever get to the point where you could teach doctorate students?
Yeah, I could once I graduate.
If you ever graduate.
If I ever graduate, yes.
How much longer do you have till you graduate?
So right now I would say 2 years max I have left. I've already been in the doctoral program for about 3 years doing my coursework. I finished all of that. I'm in the final stages of doing my dissertation. Mm-hmm. So that longest part of research is what's making it more time consuming right now for me to finish.
So you how long do you think you'd say you've been chasing your goal? What hold on, before I even get it, what is your goal as far as like with your job, with becoming a professor? What's your ultimate goal? You could say I've reached it and I'm satisfied. What is that goal for you?
Being a college professor, I enjoy teaching my students. I get to know about them. I get to help them. Sometimes they're going through something in their personal lives, and I'm able to connect with them and just help them grow and kind of improve their future just by helping them get their college degrees.
So do you think you've reached that goal?
Yeah.
So you'd say you've actually reached your goal. And how long did it take you to get to this point? From when you first graduated college till when you felt like you reached that point?
So when we first graduated college, like our first degree, bachelor's degree?
Whatever you feel.
Honestly, I've been a college professor for about going on 7 years now. So I would say it took me about 2 years in being a college professor in that field to feel accomplished. Because just seeing my students...
You said, so the second year of teaching, you felt, this is where I wanted to be.
Yeah.
So what have the last 5 years been?
I just enjoy my job. I truly enjoy being a college professor. And I always like to challenge myself. So that's why I went through the whole the doctoral program. It just makes it more fun, and it allows me to be a college professor for other universities, not just one.
So is it that you need the doctoral degree, or is it just something where you're like, you know what, I do want to level up. I don't have to, but is it something that you feel like you needed to further your career to get that doctoral degree?
It just to level up. It gives me more qualifications.
So you actually don't really do you want to teach doctoral students? Like, is that a part of that goal for you?
Currently, right now, being a current doctoral student, I would say no.
So, like, I'm doing it now. I don't want to teach this to nobody.
It is a difficult program. I mean, not everyone can have a doctor's degree. It's very, very hard. Those of you who are in doctoral programs right now, you probably understand the stress that we go through just to get that degree. So being able to go through all that while I'm a college professor, I'm able to connect more to my students who are getting their bachelor's degrees, their MBA degrees, because I know what they're going through, and I remind them all the time, hey, I'm a student too.
Mm-hmm. So now that we bring now that you've bragged about who you are, people can understand why it's a tough decision for me to ultimately ask you, hey baby, I do want you to give that up. And yeah, I have my selfish reasons. I want you to come home and cook for me. I want you to clean for me. I want you to help me make us more money because, baby, I have this idea. Like, what I'm doing on social media has been just taken off, and you've been there to help me build from the ground up. And this is, I'm going to kind of rant a little bit to kind of tell y'all why I'm so thankful to have my wife. From the time I've had to give up my NFL dreams, because I was with an NFL team, and become a stay-at-home dad, this woman has literally supported me in that entire journey of trying to refine myself. I bounced around from job to job. I was a stay-at-home dad for 2 years, literally bringing no income in. I felt like I wasn't doing enough to participate in helping my family. But I came to my wife and I said, baby, this is when TikTok came out. Back in, 2019 it was?
I think it was like when COVID just started.
Yeah, and I had just, I'm like, I hop on that dancing app. I don't want to do that. I was like, I need to start supplementing my income. That's when I got into personal training. So I was like, okay, I have some clients that I train in person. I go to my 9 to 5. I come home and I still train for football because I don't want to give it up. I don't want to give up football. I still kind of want to keep chasing. I'm young. I can still keep going. I just got cut. I can get back. So you were real supportive in that, you let me do a lot of those things. But when I came to you and I said, hey, I've been trying TikTok. And for me just posting my workout programs, me training my clients, I'm seeing following and people are inquiring more about my services. They're DMing me more. I'm getting more business. And I came to you and I said, hey, I think I need to step back for a minute from work. And I need to really go into this. What do you think? If you think that it's something to where it's too much of a risk, I'm not going to do it. And she looked me in my face. She said, go for it. Go all in. I want you to chase your dreams and do what you think will be best for our family. Because we had just had our daughter at the time. I couldn't just keep doing what was best for me. I had to do what was best for my family. So when I was able to go all in, from that moment until now, it has been nothing but up, just going up. So we asked social media. I have over 3 million followers on all my platforms: Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. We asked 3 million people, what is that number that your significant other can come home and say, hey baby, I'm making this much money. I know you're chasing your dreams, but if you can come home and help me with this, we can make so much more. But this is my base. This is how much I make. What is that number for you? We asked social media what their number was. I think the vast majority was anywhere from
150K to 300, maybe 350K at max. But we hardly saw that. It was mainly between the 200s.
Yeah, so we had some unrealistic numbers. Oh, $10 million. $1
million.
Yeah, and then there were people that said, well, I don't have a number. All power to you. Chase your goals. But there is a lot of people, the vast majority of those 3 million people, who said they have a number. And it was anywhere from $150,000 to about $350,000. I'm going to give you guys a breakdown from year one, how much I made on social media, to now. Can I do that? Would you mind?
If you want to.
Okay. So, sorry. Year one, when I first started social media, I made $0 on social media. I was just grinding, didn't see a dollar return, no brand deals, no view money, no collaborations, nothing. Year one was just, baby, I'm still working my job. Mm-hmm. I'm still trying to grind for us, but this is something I got to put effort to. Year one, I saw nothing. Year two is when I saw my first $100,000 year. We made like $120,000. That's when I was working with the USR. That's when I was an online speed coach, because like I said, I was NFL athlete. People wanted to know how I got so fast. So I had signed a deal for 2 years to work with this major speed program who had been training NFL athletes. So they were paying me majority of my money. That's where I made a lot of my money, was from them. So for the first year, I was making money there, $120,000. Majority of that came from this. Think about 90K of that came from them. The other 30K came from, I worked with Powerade here and there. I worked with Box Raw. No, not Box Raw. I wasn't boxing just yet. I worked with Powerade. I worked with Body Armor. Then my fitness journey took off. I was still doing online personal training. I was doing in-person training. So all that money came together. The second year, $120,000. How much I made the second year. So it wasn't enough to where I can come to her now and say, hey, I want you to quit. Like, no, we still got to both keep working. Because she makes a really good amount of money. She makes a good amount of money. Like, she makes probably higher than the average person makes. Because at the time, she was only working one job. And that was just a college professor. You didn't get the accountant job until when?
So the reason why I got the accountant job, I think that was like 2 years after I had started teaching. So I left, backstory to my background in my career, I left the accounting field because I needed to find a job where I could spend more time at home, because we just had Nala. And being in the accounting field is very stressful, and you're there from the time, like in the morning till very late at night. And I wanted something that would be more flexible. So I was able to become an accounting professor, and I was like, well, let me try something different. I fell in love with it from year one. And I've been doing it ever since then.
So
I went back to accounting because I missed it. Mm-hmm. I missed the field, so I went back into accounting, and I chose to stay in the profession of teaching it as well.
Right. So she was still just a teacher at that time. She hadn't got into going back to accounting and teaching till later on. So first, like I said, first year, $0. Second year, $120,000, how much I made on social media. Then the third year, that's when the TikTok creator program came out. That is, I think it was like 2022 is when it came out. 2022. 2022 is when the TikTok creator program came out. And that's when I started to see, oh snap, I'm making $5,000-$6,000 a month. Some months I'll make $8,000 to $10,000 a month. So that right there boosted me anywhere from $60,000 to, on the high, I'd say about 90,000 extra. So instead of 120K, I now brought home $220,000 in my, what's that, my third year? My third year of making social media content. So as you can see, I'm going up. I'm bouncing back. I'm still going. I'm making content. And I still don't feel, I want to ask you to come home from work. I still feel, hey, I can't do this alone just yet. Like, I need help. Because my ultimate goal has always been, I don't want my wife to work. I want her to be able to come and go at home how she pleases. Hey, baby, what you doing? Oh, I'm at a nail appointment. Oh, okay. Did you make my food? Yeah, it's on the stove. Oh, thank you. Have fun, baby. Love you. Like, I want to be able to say that. I don't want to have to say, oh, well, after work today, let's go do. No, I don't want to wait. Let's go do it now. Let's go travel now. You see what I'm saying? So when I was making 200K plus a year, I'm like, nah, it's still not time yet. It's still not time. I need to get a little bit more secure. I need to show my wife that, hey, like, I'm not just making this much, but I'm making this much consistently. So after that, now the 2 years has passed that I've been a speed coach. So I lost that collaboration. And for about a month, it was like, well, will I ever get to that point to where I can tell her, yeah, I want you to come home? Because now I've lost 90 to 120K. I'm like, how do I replace this? So I keep posting. I'm still posting. I'm like, I got to grind some other way. I got to figure it out. And I Shop GLD. I had reached out to them because I wanted one of their chains. I was like, oh yeah, look, how much would it be for one of those chains? And they saw my content. They saw what I was doing with it. And they wanted to work with me. They collaborated with me for another 2-year deal. And it replaced the USR. It literally replaced every bit of money that I lost from them was exactly what I was making again with Shop GLD. So I went from, okay, now, oh snap, I lost this. How am I going to get it back to, in a month, I bounced right back. So now I've shown my wife, okay, boom, yeah, I can respond to adversity. If I lose something, just like if I was working a 9 to 5,
Mommy and Daddy are filming a video real quick. We need to finish it so we can go over there, okay?
Sorry.
Okay, let us finish filming the video and then we'll be right there.
Okay, Mama.
Love you. Bye.
Bye-bye, baby.
Sorry, our kids called. Shop GLD replaced what I lost. So now I show my wife that I can bounce back. It's just like at a 9 to 5. If you were to get cut on hours, if they were to lay you off, how are you going to bounce back? You still got to support your family. Yeah. So I had to find a way to be like, all right, I still got to support my family. We're living a lifestyle, and I got to make sure we bounce back now. So I showed my wife that. So not only have I showed her stability, I've showed her consistent income, and I've showed her I have the resiliency to bounce back. So now, only thing that's missing for me is that number. And she's never really, what is your number? What would you say your number is?
That's a good question. So I would have to say, to live the comfortable lifestyle that we have, nothing too crazy, I would say probably 400K.
Okay. So in my mind, the number that I had in my mind with her was anywhere from 400 to 500K. I was like, I need to be making that much to take her income and still have enough to where we're living a comfortable lifestyle. So I wasn't there yet. I was still at that 220K. But then I was like, well, let me start it was actually her idea. I got it. I'm sorry. I got to give her the credit. The BlackBarry TikTok page, 100% her idea. A lot of the videos you guys saw, 100% her idea. I'm just good at executing. That's all it is. I can set the scene. I can do all that. But she was the mastermind behind a lot of our viral videos on the TikTok page. Mm-hmm. So that page took off. For a minute, it was making more than my page, and my page was bigger.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I need to go all in on this too. So now I've now added an additional 100K because that page we were making anywhere from 6K to, at one point, we made 18K in a month. And it was consistently 6K minimum, anywhere close to that number. So I'm adding about another $100,000. So now to end that third year, mm-hmm. I'm making 300K plus. Still not there yet. So I can say, baby, I want you to quit fully. I'm confident that I can do this. So the third year, we've now made $300,000 plus. Get into this fourth year, which was ending 2024. We made $420,000. I looked at everything. I looked at Facebook because I introduced Facebook. I introduced YouTube. Both of those have lasted the test of time for social media, and those are my two highest grossing incomes. So I have Facebook, YouTube, 2 TikToks, my fitness app, collaborations, all these other things I have set up to where I can come to my wife with a whole, baby, this is what I have for us. Do you think that you can come home and help me build this into an empire? Yes, this is the reality of coming home. I'm focusing on the work. I need you to focus on supporting me making this work. That is what I'm asking in general. I have this portfolio stacked, and I'm bringing it to you. Now that 2024 ended, which is why we're in March, and we can finally seriously sit down and talk about this. Baby, I've done this consistently, but it's like I'm bringing my homework to the teacher. Can you check this over? Is it good? Like, you tell me, am I gonna pass? Like, that's what I think it is. So I'm asking her a few questions. One, do you feel fulfilled at your job enough to where you want to come home? 2, do you think what I have here is enough to bring you home? Those are the top 2 questions that I've asked while building this into this empire. And yeah, like I said, I have my selfish reasons. I want you to come help I want to hire you as my assistant. What better assistant to have at home than a college professor and an accountant? Someone to help me get my books in order. Someone to help me make sure that I'm on time for stuff. Hey, you got that meeting you got to get on right now. Oh, my bad. I'm so sorry.
Hey, don't forget all my business knowledge I have in here.
Exactly. Like, this whole podcast, her idea. The setup, she bought the couches. She said all the only contribution I made. I said, let me put the plaque here. That was everything else, from the idea to everything, was her idea. So her coming home is not me saying, baby, I want you to stay in the house. You're cooking and cleaning. That's your job. Let me work in silence. Don't do nothing. No, you are the co-owner with me. We're 50-50 on this. Mm-hmm. If this blows up, this is our thing. Everything that I bring in is our money.
And I think that's something that a lot of people on social media were responding, like they were thinking you're being financially abusive and everything. But the thing is, since we've been together for over 10 years. So even when we were in college, you guys don't know about our college days, but for some reason, we always worked so good as a team. We had all our business classes together, and we were always partners. Mm-hmm. So I think that's why we work so well when it comes towards the business side, mm-hmm. and also our family side. But we always put our money together. Even, I don't know, can you remember, like, when we first met, why we started doing that?
Well, it was just
we didn't
smarter.
make a lot of money.
We did. We were working work study. We had bills. We had rent to pay.
$7.25 an hour. Okay.
$7, and we weren't working full time. You got 15 hours a week. Mm-hmm. 15 hours a week is $7.25 an hour. Can you do the math on that for me, please? Because I can't do the math on the top of my head. We both made $7.25 an hour. 15 hours a week is all we were given when we work study in college, and we had to pay rent. We had to get food. We were on EBT in college. We had to go down to, they were doing free food giveaways. We'd be at the churches picking them up because my coach would let us know, hey, guys, they're giving away steaks or chicken at the church this weekend. First come, first serve. I got to go get us some food. Like, we're making food on the hot plates in college. It only made sense that we had been together for about 2 years when we finally decided to put everything together. Yeah. Every time we brought home money, okay, how much? What's the total on that? $7.25, 15
So I think we got paid bi-weekly.
Yeah, bi-weekly.
So, and we worked 15 hours a week, so that's 30 hours. Mm-hmm. So We were each bringing in $435 a month.
That's before taxes.
Before taxes.
That's before taxes.
Yeah, before taxes.
Before taxes, we're bringing, what's that number again? I'm sorry.
$435 each.
Every 2 weeks, right?
No, a month.
A month?
Yeah, that's how much we're bringing in.
No, you did times 30, so that's 2 weeks. So we got 15 hours a week.
Yeah.
And then so you do times 30, do 725 times 30.
I did 7.25.
So just do 7.25 times 60. Do that. And then multiply by 2.
870.
That's how much we brought home in total.
2 incomes.
2 incomes in college. Our rent was $550 a month. So we had to get a roommate to help us pay rent. We had to put gas in our she had a car. And we had your car note. I forgot about that. We had that car note took everything from us.
Mm-hmm.
But we've been financially a team since our second year together, because it only made sense. If we are going to be spending every waking moment together and we're working to be together for a long time, finances is an even thing. Yeah. We discuss, hey, how much are we giving to this bill? We can't pay fully on it. We discuss, hey, how much are we spending on groceries this month? Hey, do you really think you need those shoes, Dom? Nah, I don't. You're right. I don't need them. I gotta think about us. Like, I can't go buy these shoes that I want to get. I gotta stack my money. Even when, as a college athlete, I got refunds but I didn't get a refund until at twice a year. In the beginning and then the beginning of the semesters, each semester. So with that money, we took large lump sums and we paid her car. We took large lump sums and we stacked up the house. We paid down our rent. The money that would come in was never my money or her money. It was our money. That's why we're so good with understanding the whole. I've never understood what the term financial abuse meant.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. Can you Google that for me? What does financial abuse actually mean? Because that word has been thrown around in the comments like there's no tomorrow. I don't know what it means.
So economic abuse is a form of abuse when one abusive person has control over the victim's access to economic resources, which diminishes the victim's capacity to support themselves and force them to depend on the other person's financially.
Okay, so the biggest words there are, it's saying that someone has power over all the finances. Yeah. You and I control your access to things.
Yeah.
If you have the passwords to everything. I don't even know the password to my own bank account. You have all that.
The reason why he doesn't know all that, though, is because he'll forget them.
I'm sorry. Like, I have 1,000,001 things going on in my mind. And, baby, are you hiding? Do you have a separate account where you're hiding money?
No.
I would hope not.
No.
Do you have a fund set up to leave me?
No.
I don't know, man. That sounded a bit questionable.
What do they call it? A rainy day fund?
A rainy day fund. My mom told her one day, my mom and my grandma, you gotta set some money up to the side just in case anything happens so you can get out. What? Don't tell my wife that. What the?
Yeah, I told them, why would I do that? And they looked at me so funny.
Why would you tell my wife?
They didn't understand why I was like, no.
Why would you tell my wife to hide money from the house? That doesn't make sense to me. And I get it. There are some really abusive men out there. There are men out there that, now that I know what financial abuse means, there are men out there who say, no, this is my money. I control how it is. No, like, she stopped me from going to buy some shoes. Like, you're not buying those shoes. It doesn't, like, you have 7. I'm a shoe fanatic, guys. I like shoes. You guys didn't know. She stopped me plenty of times from splurging on shoes. Like, because hey, remember, it doesn't make sense to get those. Yeah, we have the money, but why buy it when we have all these? So that's the whole financial abuse thing I never understood, but that's being slung around in the comments like there's no tomorrow. I never knew what the word meant. We went over financial abuse with it. But all right, so now that we're talking about, baby, I want you to quit. I want you to come home. Mm-hmm. We have to talk about what that role is, like really what that role now is. Hey, yes, my job is to worry about the finances. I got to make sure, okay, our rent is paid. We have food in the house. The girls can still enjoy daycare, jiu-jitsu, gymnastics. You can still feel comfortable enough, hey, I want to get my nails done. I'm going for the day. I'm going to spend this much, boom, and not have to worry about it. Because if I'm saying I understand that financially, I want to take that off your plate. But do you understand where that leaves your role if you do come home completely?
I mean, well, the way you're explaining it seems a little scary.
So what? All right, speak on it. What scares you the most about it?
I mean, I think.
Don't censor it. Say what you want to say. This is an open.
I don't think you're saying it right.
So how should I say it? Because to me, what I'm saying is, baby, I'm taking that financial burden off of your plate. I don't want you to worry about that.
I feel like even now, you've already done that because, I mean, everything because we combine everything together.
Right.
Everything that I make doesn't compare to, like, the paychecks that come in from you. So even now, like, what I make from my money or from my jobs, just goes into, like, a little savings account. You know what I mean?
So, are you ready to lose that autonomy that, hey, this is what I bring home. This is what I bring to the table. Are you ready to lose that? Don't censor it. Speak. This is an open forum. If you don't agree with it, that's fine.
It's because I don't feel like I'm losing anything. Like, I feel like just everything that you bring in, I feel like you were able to bring that in because I also helped you. So I don't see it that way.
And ultimately, baby, that is what I'm saying. You're helping me bring money into the house for us. When I say, all right, my job is financially bringing in, I'm not saying you're not going to be helping. I'm not saying you don't have a role in what I bring in.
Yeah, I think that's what you're
Okay.
saying properly. When people hear you say that,
you.
It sounds like that. But in the background, I know what goes into that. So I know that you're not saying that because what you bring in, you're able to bring that in because I help you.
Because of you. And okay, let me better phrase it then. Your job has now gone from, okay, I got to bring in this much so that we can both have it together. When no. What we're doing now is we're bringing this in by building this empire. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, you helping me will bring in more money via YouTube, via TikTok, via Instagram, all those things. Like, yes, these are my pages, but behind the scenes, we're both grinding. We're both working. But what I'm saying is, are you ready for that role change in life? Are you ready to go from, my job is to be a college professor, an accountant. This is where I make my money. This is how I do it. To my job now is to support him in doing it. Like, to be the best so that he can go out there and give his best in that matter.
So are you asking me, am I ready to quit?
Yes, I am. I'm asking you, are you ready to quit? But are you ready for that role? That's what I'm at. You have to understand, like, you go from being Samantha, the college professor, the accountant, you go from being that to now, you're now, in essence, what people are saying, my assistant. And I don't mean to demean it to that, but that's the best, I guess, title on the spot I can think of.
You can change that to partner.
Okay, my bad. I'm sorry. You're right. Partner. I'm so sorry.
Right.
You're right. Partner. Yeah. Are you ready to come home and just be my partner?
So, when it comes to that, I've spent my whole 20s feeling accomplished, doing my dreams, living that job, and having fun. So I would say it's not that I'm ready to quit. I'm ready to retire.
Okay.
Maybe if I want to go part-time just to, I really do enjoy my students. But another thing is I've been doing that for so long already that I'm also ready to come give all this attention to my family and be able to help you as a partner grow it even bigger so that our kids can be so well taken care of and successful for their future.
Because like, the way I see it, baby, is there is a cap on how much you can make. No matter what you accomplish, no matter how many hours you put in, there's a cap. It may be $500K, it may be $200K, but there is a cap on how much you can make. With what I'm trying to do, there's no limit. Mm-hmm. Next year, we could be millionaires. Mm-hmm. And ultimately, if we don't take the risk, we don't get the reward. if it's not something you like, and it's something that, okay, we gotta go back to work because it's not paying off.
Yeah, that's the way I see it. If it doesn't work out, I can always go back to work. That's why I went to school for all these years. That's why I have all these degrees, is to be able to have a job my whole life. I could be a college professor until I'm 80 if I want to. Okay? But I just feel like I did spend most of my 20s finding my career path and, being successful in it, that I did miss a lot out in the family side that I do want to have time to go back to, find hobbies for myself, because I'm always looking to increase, I guess, my value, because I'm always, how would I say it?
You're valuable to me. You're valuable to me.
I know. I don't want to say I get bored, but I always look, how can I make things better?
Okay, so, sorry to cut you off. You say you get bored. Are you afraid you're going to get bored at home?
No, not at all. I'm excited for that because, like I mentioned earlier, that I'm working on my doctoral degree. This allows me to fully focus on my research. That way I can finish faster and be done with school, and then I have more time to put into our family business. And I have all this business knowledge, that I love teaching my students, and I used to help other companies as well grow their businesses, but I'm ready to use all that knowledge for our family.
I need someone to help me run this. I do, because we have such a high potential, with my YouTube page, the family TikTok page, the Facebook. These are business entities. These aren't just social media apps. Babe, we're making serious money on these. And if we want to look up in 20 years when Nala and Naya and Nova and Nico, all of them are looking up, I want them to be able to say, Mom and Dad tried everything to be rich. They tried whatever. Baby, from the time I was 18, I moved out of my mom's house, I've been trying to be rich. From the NFL to boxing now to social media, I've been trying. I gotta be rich so my kids can say, Dad tried everything.
Yeah, and I think for me, my parents always, growing up, I always saw them working hard. My parents are business owners. I've always seen them working, grinding. So to be able to give me and my sisters the life that we've had. And I want to give the same to my daughters, even better. So I think that's why I'm so career driven, is because I picked that up from my parents. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, I've always been like that. I've always been like that since I was little.
I know, I tell you this all the time. You don't have to work as hard, baby. You're fine. We're good.
He tells me all the time. My dad tells me all the time. My mom's a little bit more like me, so she's like, keep going, even though we don't have to. Yeah, even though I don't have to keep increasing all these degrees and certifications.
How does your mom feel about me? Because I know you've told all your mom, your stepdad, and your dad. How do they feel about you coming home and becoming a stay-at-home mom, stay-at-home wife, my partner, all those things?
So my dad, he thinks it's a great idea. He sees that I have too many roles, I take on too much, and for what? I don't need to. His biggest thing is he always has taught me to finish everything I start, and because I'm not finished with school yet, I'm not graduated yet, he just wants me to make sure that I graduate, which I'm so close to graduating. I would never give up until I finish that final research and I'm done. And then with that, he thinks it's just more beneficial for me to be at home helping Dom grow the business, and also being here for our daughters as well, because I was gone a lot in my 20s when you were the stay-at-home dad, because I was focusing on my career so much. My mom, on the other hand, doesn't want me she doesn't want me to retire. She wants me to keep going. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, I tell her all the time is, Mom, I really appreciate you because you showed me how to be a hard worker. You showed me the importance of being a business owner, what it takes to run a business. But you were also gone a lot. And I want to be able to, the way I see it is I'm operating this household. So I'm like an operational manager, keeping this household together while including our family business, which allows me to be at home to run the household and still to have that business side, growing our daughter's futures and our family's futures in general.
I mean, it's a tough one because, like I said, the biggest thing is your roles do change. But now, do you feel secure in the household roles? Like, let's say the cleaning, the cooking, all those things. Because do you feel that you're gonna be alone in that matter? What do you think in that?
Yeah, so that's something I think that we read a lot in the comments too. Is people thought that you are expecting me to cook all the time, clean all the time, all of, I guess, those roles, those gender roles that are typically thought of when you think of stay-at-home mom or stay-at-home wife. First of all, we've always split everything 50-50 when it comes towards those gender roles, I guess you can say, in the household. We always work together as a team. So let's say if the house needs to be cleaned, one of us is cleaning, the other one's maybe making lunch or dinner for the girls. Or we're just working together to get it, get whatever needs to be done together. So I am excited to be able to cook more meals at home because that's actually one of my old hobbies that I've given up.
Yo, she makes some banging enchiladas. She knows. All right, how do I like my enchiladas?
You don't like them too saucy. You like them kind of not dry, but
little in between.
Yeah.
I hate when we go to a Mexican restaurant and I get which ones do I like the most?
Green chicken enchiladas.
When I get my green chicken enchiladas and they pour the whole can, I hate that. And I look at it, I'm just like, they're not hers. Like, she makes a banging enchilada plate. I love my wife's cooking, man. Like,
yeah, and actually one of my love languages is acts of service. Number one, I enjoy doing things for others. I enjoy being able to wake up and, cook my daughters and my husband a huge breakfast meal to help their day get going and started. And then everyone's like, okay, let's go. Let's get ready to go.
And in return, I love cooking for her. Mm-hmm. Seeing her enjoy a meal that I've cooked. When I've simply made those burgers. Mm-hmm. These are the best burgers. I know you're probably lying, but I mean, I just got into grilling, so I'm experimenting with my grilling. I love cooking for my wife. This is one of those stay-at-home mom, stay-at-home wife situations where this is not talked about a lot. The healthy relationships, I'm still helping her, and if she comes and says, "Hey, babe, I'm really tired. I'm just beat today. The kids were a bit rough on me when I had them, and I did some cleaning. I just need a chance to cook. Okay, we'll order out, or I'll cook, or something." My job, I want to make her life easy. I don't want to make your life harder. That's why I want to do this, and we're in a position to do it. And ultimately, if we fail, we can go back to work. We're already used to working. We can just go back. Mm-hmm. So that's why, when it comes to this new household dynamic that we're going to have, nothing's going to change in the household.
Yeah, I don't feel like nothing's going to change at all. I mean, I saw some comments where people were like, why don't you hire a chef or hire a maid? I mean, we probably still will for some days.
Didn't we just hire someone to come clean our house?
Yeah, we did.
We just hired them to come clean our house from top to bottom because she's tired, I'm tired, we don't have time to do it. All right, well, just hire somebody to come do it. But if we can be here together, because my job isn't me having to be gone all day long. I'm at home editing, clipping stuff up, shooting content. I'm here. I'm at home, so I can do my part in cleaning up. I can do my part in cooking. So it's not just her. It's both of us in the dynamic. So we don't need to hire a chef or a cleaning person all the time. Yeah, sometimes, hey, it's Uber Eats tonight. Oh, I'm not cooking nothing. You feel like cooking?
Nope.
We're gonna overeat some food. What y'all want to eat? We'll eat some pizza tonight. This is the healthy dynamic of that not a lot of people understand and have ever seen because no one talks about it. You guys are used to seeing that overly, well, I want every single meal. Man, I seen a TikTok video earlier today before we even got on the podcast of a guy actually like doing a parody of what he thinks the stay-at-home mom and like working husband is. And guy came home, oh, you didn't make my dinner? I've been working all day. That's the ugly side of people who are just they hate their life. That's what it is. I love my life. I love what we're doing. I wanna give you that I had that I get. I want to bring you home and I want to have you here with me. Mm-hmm. So I feel like those household roles. It's nothing's gonna change in our dynamic. Everything that we've been doing now, it's just gonna get better because she's gonna be here.
Yeah, I just had to be here. The girls don't have to say, "Why is mommy always at work?"
I'll be getting hit with that all the time.
They're always asking, "Why am I always at work?" Then the thing is, I really don't have to be at work. We make more than enough to be able to have me at home. Mm-hmm. And I think I'm at the point where I've been doing my career for so long where I'm ready to just take a break for a little bit. Maybe in the future when the girls get older, I'll probably go back. And that'll give me more experience when it comes to running our social media business to be able to help other people grow a business on social media.
We're taking the risk of you coming home. Yeah, we're going to lose your income, but losing that income will help us make 5 to 10 times of your income if you can come home and be my partner in this matter. Mm-hmm. That's the risk we're taking in this. And I really want you to come home. I mean, so let's get to the bread and butter question, baby. Let me turn for this.
I feel like you're about to propose to me all over again. Is that what's happening here?
Do you want to quit working, come home, and be my partner, a stay-at-home mom, a stay-at-home wife? Do you want to do that?
So, I don't want to quit, but I will retire. Okay? I am ready to retire for now.
So, what's holding you back? Because that's one thing I want. What's holding you back from doing it today? I'm not asking you to do it today. Whenever you feel comfortable doing it. But what is holding you back from doing it right now?
The fact that I truly enjoy being a college professor.
Okay.
But at the same time, I've done it for so many years. I don't know if maybe it's something that I'm just like, I got used to. Oh. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, am I ready to let go of that? Because I've been doing it for so long. So, what's
like your fear of letting go? Like, do you think that when you come home you're going to get bored? Do you think that you won't have purpose anymore? Like, what's that fear?
No, I know for sure I'll have purpose because I know I'm helping the family business and I know me being here for the girls is more important for me and for you. Being here for all of you guys. It's more of like a hobby. Am I going to miss that hobby?
So go part-time and do it as volunteer. If you really love what you do, right?
Yes.
If you were to hit me with this same scenario, hey, I need you to come home because I can make us an endless bag, but you'd have to give up boxing. Baby, I will come home and I will box. I will fight for free. I will, like, I fought for free before as an amateur. I will do this as a hobby. If it means building our family, I will do it as a hobby. So why not do it as a hobby? You get what I'm saying? If we take the obligation of having to be there on time for work, having to report it into your boss, you won't have a boss if you do it as a hobby. And y'all ain't really got to pay me. I'm just here just as I love what I do. You see what I'm saying? I can go home and me and my husband, we can go make this bag. I can go and just be his wife if I want to. I do this as a hobby now. You see what I'm saying? So why not just do that?
I do. I've thought about that. It's just I want a little time to put all my energy into you guys.
Okay.
Into our family business, into you as my husband. Did I say that right? You as my husband?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I'm saying. Am I your husband? I think I'm your husband.
To our family, to being here for you as a partner and for our daughters, I want to be there more for them as well.
Okay.
I don't want them to always have this vision of me always working.
So you want to just go all in on being?
Yeah, I want to get a taste of it. I want to get a taste of it and see the reward in being able to be here, because we have worked so hard since we graduated college. Mm-hmm. You and I always talked about being able to have this lifestyle for our kids and each other, and we already have it.
I want you to come home and enjoy the lifestyle that we built. I don't want you to have to watch from the outside, like, oh, I couldn't go with you guys today because I had work, or I couldn't go because my boss called you. There's been plenty of times, baby, where we've had something set up we're supposed to go do with the kids. Oh, my boss called me and I got to go in. I got to fill in for this teacher. Or we have a surprise meeting that's going from all day on Friday. I hate that. It's like I can't enjoy my wife. I can't have you here. The kids can't have their mother. You see what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, like it's maybe one day every other week, but it's annoying. It puts a hinder on us. Like we've worked so hard to get to this point. Let's enjoy the fruits of our labor.
Yeah, and I think that's something that we have now a lot more is time. We're able to get our time back.
Yeah.
And I mean, now being in my 30s, I don't want to waste any.
You
know how I said my age? Okay. I spent a whole decade in my career. So I think that's why I wanted, now that we have that time, use that time to enjoy what we've made.
Okay. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, baby, it's your choice.
So yes, I am ready to become a stay-at-home mom.
You ready
wife.
You ready to make my sandwich?
Yes, I am.
You don't...
I know exactly how you like it. I will have your sandwiches for you before I go to the salon.
I love it. Well, no, yeah, this is one of those discussions that me and my wife, we've had ever since I started actually making money on social media. We've always been, hey, we got to do what's best for the family. And yeah, I want to work hard enough to retire you. When I was trying to make the NFL, I said, baby, I make a team. You ain't got to work a day in your life. Like, that's where my mind went. Even when I actually started competing in boxing, and I was like, I want to go pro. I look at the top boxers and I'm like, when I get to that point, my wife ain't gonna work a day in her life. Like that's one of my goals. So now that I'm getting there and I see, okay, if I have her home to help me, we can get there now. We don't have to wait for me to build my boxing journey. We can do it now through social media. It's realistic for us. So this is one of those conversations that me and wife, we've had plenty of times. And
you guys killed him in the comments really bad.
I was like, did I say something? Like, did I?
You did word it a little bit.
I'm sorry. I got to remember my words come off as a little brash. You know, I am outspoken. That's just me. I do need to develop some sort of a filter. To me, I really didn't think I said it wrong because we've had the conversation. Anything I post on social media, I run through her. I'm like, hey, do you think this is a bit too offensive? Do you like this? And so it was, I think with that one, I thought it came off perfectly fine.
Yeah, I mean, that one, I think you posted it, and then I saw it, and I was like, I know what you mean, but I don't think the other people are going to understand.
And to me, your opinion is the only thing that matters. Yeah. I didn't care about what everybody said. We've got baby number 3 that should be here in the next couple of days. Baby Nova, she's probably kicking right now.
She was just
kicking right now. Sam is going to be induced Tuesday night, midnight?
Yeah.
Tuesday night. We're going to be induced. We should be expecting baby number 3. And when she's ready, we're going to know hopefully she still wants to go for baby number 4. I'm hoping.
I do.
Okay. But, you know, we want to share with you guys a lot because we have built a following on other platforms. And I guess what I said and how I said it came off as abrasive and a bit much. I'll apologize for how I said it. But I'm not apologizing for what I said. To me, I said my opinion, which is, baby, here's my 2 cents. You say, hey, I'm getting closer to wanting to come home. I don't know if I want to keep doing this, man. And I'm in the back. You don't have to. You don't have to. You can come home. That's the extent of me trying to convince my wife to be a stay-at-home mom. I've never initiated the conversation. I don't need to. I'd be like, look, work is hard. I know. I used to work. I hated that. But with all that being said, we hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. We're going to be ripping out at least 2 a week. Really, really ramping it up. Trying to give you guys great content. We hope you guys enjoy it. If you guys like this, if you guys share it, do it. Like, share, and subscribe for more.
Oh, in the
great
comments,
videos.
share some topics that you guys might want to hear from us.
Yes.
We have very different opinions, so sometimes we just get
we
it
butt
out.
heads about it
Yeah.
at times. We butt heads about it. But share in the comments some topics you guys want us to talk about. That'd be amazing. But besides that, we hope you guys enjoyed the BlackBarry podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I love this. This is gonna be dope from here on out. We're out of here, y'all.
Bye.